Hi, I'm Pati and welcome back to A Small Geeky Chica Figures. Today we're continuing with the Nendoroid Collection series with entry number 60, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet set, Nendoroid number 996. So we're almost to 1000. We'll be crossing that threshold soon. But this is Winnie the Pooh, as you can tell, and Piglet. This is definitely one of those ones that is kind of an outlier in my Nendoroid collection. I don't really collect Disney Nendoroids or figures in general, but I did really like this Winnie the Pooh set, and I had bought it a long time ago, back when I used to even still work in an office, just to have on my desk, because there is one facial expression that Winnie the Pooh has that I really love. It's very much that meme, and I wanted to have it on my desk just to poke fun at some of my coworkers that were my friends. And let's see if we can find it. It is that face. That is the face of the Winnie the Pooh that I had on my sitting on my desk back when I used to work in an office for a mobile game company. So it was a really fun thing to have. Unfortunately, I think I only had this for like a very short while before COVID happened and I started working from home. And basically after that, I rarely ever went back to the office except for maybe for special occasions or once in a while. I moved on to working remotely permanently pretty much, and as I do now. But I still have this Winnie the Pooh, which is a very cute set. And while I'm not intending to collect any other Disney Nendoroids, and I am not the biggest Winnie the Pooh fan, I do really like it, and I do really love Piglet. So I am happy with this Nendoroid, even though it is one of those, why do I have this one again, kind of Nendoroids. It's not part of any other series that I collect, so it is one of those one-offs. So enough blabbering, let's take a closer look and get these two out of their box. Okay, as you can see, Winnie the Pooh comes with a bunch of little extra parts which are not in the blister, their own little bags that go behind it. But before we get into all that, let's look at our booklet. It's a bit on the bigger size for a booklet, but we have basically here, we have Pooh Bear with his two faces. We have a little ring of honey where he gets his butt stuck into, and then we have his balloon, and we have Piglet. We also have all the little extra parts, which is his honey pot, his little note with Japanese on it from Christopher Robin. I'll work on translating that, and you'll see that on screen at some point in this video. And then we have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra. I hear they all arm parts for Pooh Bear, I would say. And let's see, and then we have his little stand, his spare joint, and then a little stand to help, I want to say probably help Piglet stand up. And then here we have a little instruction of how to detach his bottom half to make it look like he's stuck in the wall with the honey coming out. So let us, in the wall or in his jar, so yeah, let's get him out of this blister and then get some of these out of their little baggies. I might need to go grab a pair of scissors, which I was not prepared for. Let's go. Okay, so let's get this honey out of here. Oh, cool. Rips out real easily. So there he has his little bowl of honey. He has a little hole in there. I wonder what for. And then we have all this little honey that goes around. And we have these arms. Oh no, I didn't actually rip anything. There we go. Then we have all his arms in there. And these two were probably in here to begin with. Get in there. I don't know how I squeezed that out originally. And then here we have the little pencil note, which now it might be a good time to write out the translation right here, which I don't know what it is right now, but I will definitely look it up for you. I just know it's from Christopher Robin because it has his signature right there. Okay, so let's actually take a look at Pooh. Come on, Pooh Bear. And it looks like he's a little scuffed on his belly. I have taken him out and used him for Nendoroid photography. I think once. I think I only have one set of pictures with him and Piglet. So I will definitely add that. At the end of this video, you will see my Nendoroid photography for Pooh Bear. But he is a very cute, sturdy little Nendoroid. And his little legs move around, so you can kind of have him sit down wide open leg like that. Although that does look kind of funky. But yeah, you can have him just moving around like that. I do think they go all the way around, so if you want to be weird, you can. And then he has his little head, and then his face that should pop up right there. Doing carefully. Yeah, so his face comes out, and he has a very interesting little setup right there. Very different from other Nendoroids. I think it should be obvious. You can't swap out his faces with anyone else. So you do have these two expressions for Pooh Bear, which is happy one, and then like, what would you say, confused, disgusted, disappointed. This face is great, and this is the reason I bought this Nendoroid in the first place. And then, of course, we have little Piglet right here, who's pretty much in this just one pose. He has a little hole right there, which is for the little stand. This one would come in hand. So he has his one little plate to sit on and a little brace to help him stand up. It would be like this. Very adorable. But yeah, it is the one pose for little Piglet. And then we have his little honey pot right there. It says honey misspelled right there. Super cute. It does have a hole there. So I'm wondering if you can use the honey pot as its own stand. Let's see. It really only shows him sitting down on the floor with the honey. So it's very interesting right there that it has like a hole that you could put the stand in. That is very interesting. It doesn't really hold, it's just there is a hole there. It feels like it should have a lid that you can remove, right? But anyways, let's put Pooh Bear's face back. Oh, on before that we can see how he attaches for that. Oh, it looks like it has magnets, so you can be able to put this on like your fridge. That makes sense. That's how you'll get it to hold, and then you just put it like that, and you can put it on your fridge, and then you can have a little Pooh Bear just sticking out trying to get honey from your fridge. It does have a little scuff mark though. But let's put Pooh Bear's butt back on there, and then you can remove his head like that. It makes it easier sometimes to change his face. Just gotta nudge it out of there. There we go. Softly, carefully, try not to scratch. This one's a little tougher than the first one to get out. Come on, Pooh Bear. Let's give you a happy face. Not this judging face. And there we go. That was a little more challenging than I was expecting. But you just gotta take it slow. And he will come out. There we go. Back to Happy Pooh. So he has this one arm, which reminds me very much of like Isabel's arm from one of my earlier Nendoroid Collection videos. And then you can just remove these parts. It's been there for a while, so you can see some of that red dye has contaminated the yellow. But yeah, he has that arm, and then he has these two other straight arms, which I think you use when you want him to sit down and kind of hold on to that honey. They're a little more rounded like that, so they would definitely give you that. Let's just put it in Piglet's place. Oh, I did not put this back on to his arm. Let's put this back on for right now. Yeah, right there. And then he has these two, which look like a little bit more bent, so he can like have his hands on his hips, probably. I want to say, let's see if there is a pose on the box that is pretty much that one. I think it's pretty much, yeah, this pose right here that is on the cover. He can have his arms on his waist like that. And yeah, we can see right there the more rounded arms, the slightly rounded arms for the honey. And then we have these arms that stick out like so for him to be able to hold the paper. And in this hand, where you see there is this little nudge, there is a little hole for that to just like go in there and hold. So right there, and then you can have his other hand just hold the other side. You can have Pooh Bear holding the message, and these will replace those shoulders. So let's take this out so we don't break it, and that's how we get this particular pose. But that's pretty much it for his poses. They're quite simple. And then we have this one where he is holding onto the balloon. So that is definitely this arm. So we can see if we can have him. See, it is at the very bottom where he seems to be holding the balloon. So if this goes in there, yep, more or less, you can get him to hold the balloon like that. See if we can get him to hold it at a different, like, maybe more like here too. Yeah, you can pretty much it's the same width all the way down, so you can have him hold it at different spots. I kind of like having him hold it there instead, but the decision is yours where you want to put it. So that is that, and that's all his parts. So let's pick a pose. Should we just have this one, which is the main cover pose? I kind of want him to be holding the balloon, but be in this pose more or less. So in order to do that, I think we need to grab Pooh Bear. I'll take off this arm, and then I wonder if these ones say, yeah, this one has a little thing right there that says R. So this is his right hand. So it should go like this. Let's see if we can get in there. And then, yeah, he has his hand on his hip. And I don't know if you can hear my sister talking, but I can hear her. So I'm sorry about that. At home all the time. It's one of the things you can't avoid when you live with multiple people. But that is fine. I don't think you can hear it because I think you can barely hear me sometimes. So let's see. Let's get this one in here. And, oh, why do you not want to go into the hole? This one is very tough. Probably because I just haven't really used it. Potentially ever. I don't know. I know, I'm pretty sure I used it once because I definitely had that, him holding the, paper in an image. So let's see, we can have him like that, and then we can have him hold the balloon, because that is what I want him to do. I want him to hold the balloon like so, even though the balloon might not make it really into the photo, and then have him standing here with Piglet. So let's get out their stands. Pooh Bear's is right there. Let's add the extra little neck brace right there. Grab this and see if we can make him stand without needing to use that, or we might have to. We'll see. We'll see how well we can get him to balance. Because sometimes all they need is just like a third point, and other times they actually need the whole stand. So let's see. I don't know. We can get Piglet to stand just like that. And he stands decently well. And then Pooh Bear. Oh no, I scratched him a little bit with that. He's definitely gonna be much tougher since I believe that he hasn't been used in so long that the plastic itself is kind of a little warped. So, but yeah, we can just fiddle around and get him basically to pose, but then we can take a photo of him and Piglet just like that. And you will see that or you have seen that as the thumbnail image, and then you will see that in the ending spin, which I hope you stick around at the very end of this video. Or we do a little 360 spin of the Nendoroid, as well as the 1 or 2 Nendoroid photography photos I have taken of him in the past. But that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you considered liking and subscribing. I post Nendoroid related content every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And on the occasion, I will do a blind box unboxing and maybe a little bonus video of some Nendoroid doll crochet or some set building, which, like I said, like I'm always saying, I do want to get back into it. I just haven't had the time. I also run a stationery shop, so if you like stickers, sticker sheets, washi tapes, memo pads, sticky notes, bookmarks, all those kinds of stationery goods, I hope you consider checking out my other YouTube, which is A Small Geeky Chica, as well as my website, which is asmallgeekychica.com, where you can buy all my original stationery, as well as some from some other artists that I like and follow, and more Japanese stationery coming in the future. I ship anywhere within the United States, so I would very much appreciate you guys supporting me over there, as well as coming back to this channel and checking out more figure videos in the future. But that's it for today. I hope to see you next week. Bye bye!